podium to award, and it's going to start off here at the men's finals. Cole McCormick.
12-meter starts.
Here we go. Whoa. A big-looking four-ball there for Cole on what should be a relatively easy pass. I was kind of looking down for a second, but didn't let it phase him. Got back in there, and with the drama off the water, hopefully he's able to kind of calm his nerves a little bit, focus back on the water, get settled in, and get out there and put up the performance that we know he's capable of.
So, we've just seen Cole McCormick get through the 12-meter opening pass. And Francisco Zapita there winning the Conley GTR 66-inch. We'll get in contact with him shortly and make sure that ski wings its way to Chile. We've got a lively crowd of people. All right, here we go. Now, this is Cole McCormick, and this is 11.25 meters. Look at him in brilliant shape out there and doing a fine job. Good effort there. And that is Cole McCormick there with 11.25 meters and looking very strong out there and certainly looking in good shape off the first couple of buoys to set his rhythm up on 11.25 meters, taking a little bit of a hit off buoy number 2, but continuing to keep flowing. And that's 11.25 meters, Zach, and now it's just a case of placing now. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to deal with the tying up mess or anything like that. It's just purely your best score, and you've got to put your best foot forward because the remaining 7 skiers that come after him are all capable of producing a top-level score themselves.
Yeah, all these athletes here in the finals, into 41 off. Cole kind of squeaking himself in there in that second round. So good to see him here in the finals. Here we go. 39 off. Needs to get through all 6 to really put a score out there and make these guys chase a little bit.
Cole McCormick. All right, then. So we continue to roll right along. This is, what is that, 39.5 off, 10.75 meters. We just seen Cole McCormick produce. And the score that he produced in the round previous to this one, I think, was 2.5. 2.5 at 10.25 meters. So, what's it?
Squeaking through there at the 6 ball, so... Cole, a guy who posted a couple 3s and 4s in some tournaments prior to the Swiss Pro. So very capable of getting down the line there. And sitting 7th right now in those in that rope tension. So let's see if we can step up that score a little bit. He needs a good one here. Whoa.
Ooh, getting strung out there off number 1 and just couldn't make the play on number 2, but it is 1 1/2, I believe. 1.5 at 10.25 meters. That is the target score. for our remaining skiers to exceed to gain a place on Cole McCormick.
Yeah, a solid effort there from Cole. Big gate shot he had here and tried to really duck that elbow and get that ski to come around. Really not able to happen. And, when you have that much speed going into your offside turn, well, we consider, blowing the fin out. That was kind of almost expected with the amount of speed he took out of one and the direction in which he took it. It's really tough to keep that ski in the water on the offside turn. But 1.5, 41. These competitors left have all gotten beyond that. So we'll see if that holds up and what kind of scores are going to shake down here at the finals.
All right, so who is up next? A skier hailing originally out of the Czech Republic. This is former world overall champion Adam Saddlemeyer.
All right.
And you still got a little bit of time to cast your vote in for skier of the day. Go to SwissProSlalom.com to put in your last moment vote for skier of the day. And that skier, that athlete, wins themselves an edge binding. It is Adam Saddlemeyer coming up, opening past 12 meters.
All right, well, we saw Saddlemeyer post a score at 3 of 41 in the first round and then backed it up with a half at 41 in round number 2. Getting his way in here, starting off a little bit earlier in the list than I think he'd like. I think he'd like to be seated a little further down, kind of knowing what scores to beat. But the benefit of going off early like that is you really set the bar and you set the tone for what the skiers have to follow. Cole already putting out there 1.5. So let's see what kind of aggression we see out of Adam at these shorter line lengths, just getting through 35, 38, and then we'll really start to see what type of intensity level he's going to take at it tonight.
So Adam Saddlemeyer getting through the opening pass. The opening pass at 12 meters. All of our competitors started on 12 meters. All right. And on the starting dock, Ryan Knapper. Look forward to seeing him ski in just a few moments. But on the water right now, let's have a look and have a mosey on and look at Adam Saddlemeyer.
All right, well, while Adam's making his way through his 38 off, I do want to touch base on our winner of the pick 3 and pick top score for the women's finals. Spoke with our behind the scenes crew, and we had a bunch of people kind of pick that podium.
Oh yeah,
and also pick that the top score 3 at 41. So we went and put it into a random selection
draw
to be able to kind of pick one of those winners. So quite a few of you guys had the right idea and had the right score. And at that point, it was all up to drawing straws. So again, congratulations, Francisco, and on getting your right score and the right podium, and then being the lucky one to be selected out of that group.
All right, then we'll make sure we'll get that ski boxed up and sent on over to Santiago, Chile, or wherever he happens to reside. But there is Adam Saddlemeyer, just deep in concentration, deep in thought as he gets ready for his third pass, which is going to be 10.75 meters. Boats accelerating up to 58 kilometers an hour or 36 miles an hour. Ooh, nicely done off buoy number 1 and number 2. Staying aggressive, staying mean out there on the slalom course. Leaving no quarter. And there we go, that's a 6 buoy count, and that is 10.75 meters, just like that.
All All righty. Well, he's gotten through 39, which, as we expected him to do. We saw him fall a little bit short of that in round number 2, kind of got hung up at that 6 ball there. Wasn't going to make that same mistake again, stayed aggressive at 5, and got her over to 6. So it's good to see that. Adam getting through 39, and now here's the money pass. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to kind of step his game up. He had a 3 from round number 1. A 3 would be a nice score, but I don't know if it's a score that's going to scrape him onto the podium. This is going to be an exciting finals. All these guys are really jumbled up in there with some different backup scores to go off of. So, but we saw Nate run 41. So we're definitely going to see these guys lay it all on the line here. We'll have Sledge come back in at 41 for y'all. Currently your leader, Cole McCormick, with 1.5 at 41. Let's see what the Sledgehammer has got for us. Here we are, final Swiss Pro 2020.
10.25 meters.
One.
Look at this.
Whoa.
He's still there. He makes a play on 3.
Can he get back to the wakes?
Oh, no.
No,
I think it's going to be, at the most, it's going to be 2.5.
Yeah, I know they are going to go back and take a look at that 3 ball because that was awfully tight there, but he did such a good job on this 1 ball. He got a little high-sided there, but did a good job of getting that ski back on angle and doing everything he could to set himself up early for 2. And at that point, just a little too deep out of 2. And not able to get that ski to finish, and then stretched out there. Let's see if he got around number 3. Yes, he did, but then unfortunately not able to S-turn quick enough and get back through the wakes in a timely manner with those gates there. You can see there just on the right side of those yellow boat guides. With the rules, the skier must regain control with a tight line through those gates in order to count for a full buoy, and unfortunately coming up a little short there still. 2.5 at 41, that puts him into the lead.
Well, he's obviously a little bit frustrated with that, and we'll hear from him in just a moment or so as Ryan Knapper gets ready to make his way back on the slalom course. And there he is, hailing out of California. He's probably just relieved to be breathing in fresh air in this portion of the United States.
Yeah, prayers out to everyone out there on the West Coast with a lot of the fires, and it's kind of sad to see that. But I know he's, like you said, Tony, kind of maybe too glad to escape reality for a little bit and come down here and hang out in Florida and chill out for a little bit. And you say his ski's been doing well, so we're gonna go ahead and watch him through his 35, and I think we're going to head down the dock with Wade. Wade, who do you have down there, buddy?
Hey, I'm on the dock here. We're waiting on the Sledgehammer to swim in. So he's becoming a bit of a slalom god here lately, making a whole bunch of slalom finals. A little out of breath too, Adam? I'm a little disappointed as well, because, man, you actually had a not bad gate out the 1, huh? 41.
Yeah, it's there in practice, a lot of times, but that one right there just missed. I missed 10% of extra commitment and sort of swing, and that's what makes the difference between 2.5, 3, or 4, 5, and beyond.
Dude, you're on an awesome upswing, and keep it up, Adam. Back to you, Tony.
All right, back on. We've got Ryan Knapper. This is now 11.25 meters, having run 12 meters to start things off for his set in this final. And just look at his extension, his reach, reaching forward over the tip of his ski, and then just allowing that ski to just whip on underneath his body mass, and then he goes cross course and off to the races.
What I like looking at here, and we'll see it here coming up on the replay, is how still Ryan stays. You in particular, I like to watch the head and watch his shoulders, and his head is always staying nice and level and perpendicular to the water. And we talk about eliminating variables and kind of trying to eliminate either arm control or knee movement or something else that could possibly go wrong. And he does a great job of eliminating that head movement, whether it be whipping back like we see some of the other competitors do. And we'll see that really pay dividends when he gets into here, gets into 38, 39 off, down the road.
Yep, looking in very, very good shape. And I don't know how much traveling has taken it out of him physically, fatigue and what have you. But I'm sure that that flight to California to here probably doesn't do you much good so far as the fatigue standpoint.
Yeah, and getting adjusted to time zones. It's almost easier sometimes to go somewhere like Australia where you're on a very vast, 3 hours sometimes feels harder than like a 12-hour turnaround. And now on the way back home, it's a different story. But here we go, Ryan, 39 off. Tight-looking one there.
Oh, look at that, 10.75.
Whoa, backseat.
Whoa. Living life dangerously.
Woo.
Flirting with disaster there, but managing to come through.
Yeah, kind of waving his hand at the end of that pass like I kind of made dodge the bullet on that one, that 3-ball. Got himself put in the back seat, but was able to stay composed enough to get over to 4, slow things down a little bit, keep the ski in the water around 4, and get himself back in the game. You'll see him here coming to this 3 at the finish that turn, kind of pulls that handle up to his chest, and when he does that, he essentially pulls his body way back on the tail of the ski. When you do that, it's so hard to keep that ski on direction going into that offside lean, going into 4-ball there, but was able to get over to 4, get a nice 4, regroup himself, and get through the 39 off pass there. And, we got Cole stacked up at we got a half or 1.5 from Cole. We got Adam Saddlemeyer with a 2.5 at 41. Ryan had a 3 in the previous round and was sitting really well. And, if he can get another 3, that'll take the lead. But he's gonna need to get a little bigger score, maybe a piece of 4-ball if he wants to scrape a piece of that podium off.
All right, and here in our desk, our announcing desk, there's the D3 Ion Slalom ski that goes to the winner, who accurately predicts the men's podium. And here is Ryan Knapper. And gets in a little bit deep, so it's going to be 1.5 at 10.25 meters. 1.5 at 10.25 meters. Currently put him in a 2-way tie for second right now.
All right, I touched base on that 39 when we saw that 3-ball that he had. It kind of the same thing here at 1-ball 41. You see him release here, and as he pulls that handle back in, that handle goes immediately to his chest. And when you do that, it essentially puts your chest on the back of the ski. You lose the hips, you lose the chest, and at that point, it's really game over, especially at 41. Solid effort there. Some really good skiing from Ryan throughout all 3 rounds of competition. Getting to 39, like I said, he's a young guy. He's still got decades of professional slalom skiing to get under his belt, and maybe the final nerves got to him a little bit, got a little too strong with those arms. But 1.5 41 is nothing to joke around about, and impressive skiing from Ryan.
Right, you are. So, next competitor, an intriguing competitor, Kale Burdick.
Absolutely. And Kale's a guy that, works full-time. He's got the family at home. Shout out to Lauren. I know you're up there watching Kale and with the kiddos. So I know Kale wants to put up a big score for you guys. And he did in round number 1, had that 3 at 41, followed up with a half at 41 in round 2. Kale, no stranger to the competition scene, but, we don't see him as much as we used to with the, working with the family the whole time. So it's glad to see him down here and competing, and he's skiing really well, Tony, and that's makes it even better. So here we go. Kale Burdick, 35 off, pass number 1. Starting to get a little gusty down here and a little bit windier. So we'll see.
Little gust there, Romes.
So, yeah, we'll see if the wind settles down a little bit. Get Kale through this 35 off. No big deal. And let's go ahead and let's head back down to the dock where we have Mr. Wade.
I'm here with Nate Smith, who had our best score in the preliminary round. But you just gave me a little history that you and Kale, I knew you guys were Midwest, like homies, but you grew up 2 houses apart. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, on Champion Lake back in McCordsville, Indiana, kind of out in a cornfield. He was 2 houses away when we moved in, and he was only there for a short few years, but we grew up on the same lake together.
Yeah, that's really cool because the Midwest, man, you guys had been producing slalom skiers for ages, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few, good skiers that come out up there, and, right now there's a lot of jumpers over in Illinois. So, there's a lot of good skiers up there.
So, big score already. So you get to sort of sit on the end and see what everybody does, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's always great being at the end because you got to watch everybody do their thing. But, I'm happy with how I skied. I just flew down from Indiana. I had my sister's wedding this weekend, so I was busy with that and then flew down here. And I'm happy with how I skied, so we'll see how the next round goes.
Good luck in the final, Nate.
Thanks,
Back to you, Tony.
This now is Kale Burdick on his second run. This is 11.25 meters. Just trying to maintain his composure, trying to maintain his strength and balance all the way through.
Got the rest of the competition. Benny Stadler up next on the dock. Eyeing up this performance from Kale, seeing what the competition's putting down, seeing if he's seeing any of these guys kind of run into any issues. Definitely keeping an eye on the wind right now because we are starting to get a little bit of wind picking up, and it's coming from the kind of the opposite direction it was coming from earlier these rounds. So we'll see if it starts to pick up a little more and becomes a factor with these guys, maybe depending on what line length they start off at or if there's any opt-up talk. But I think right now it's staying pretty calm, so these guys should stay pretty good.
All right, let's have a look and see. Kale Burdick at 10.75 meters.
Whoa. Been out there.
A little
one
bit
ball.
off kilter here at 10.75 meters. Let's see how much of this he can keep under control and run the pass eventually. Gets round number 6.
Woo!
Little rodeo style through the exit gates.
I talked about in round number 2 that Kale, when he needs to, can scrap it with the best of them, and we saw that with that one ball. That would have eaten most guys alive right there, but able to kind of compose himself and get a good 2. So, yeah, way been over out of 1. Comes over, known for getting a nice, strong 2-4 side. Gets that good ski back on angle. Back over to 3 ball. A little bit hitched up again, and that's what ate him up in round 2 at 1 ball at 41. So he's got to be able to keep them hips up at the finish of that turn and wait for that ski to finish turning before he really jumps on the gas, so to speak.
Yes, indeed, and stayed calm, stayed composed. I mean, the worst thing you can do out there on the slalom course if things start getting out of hand is to just overly panic and to just hit the panic button way too soon.
Yeah, so it was a great job, and a few shout-outs. Mr. Tad Schreiber just gave me a text. He's watching today. Said he's watching this more. He's watching football, and that's coming from big football guys. So anyway, shout out to Tad, and here we go. Kale Burdick, lead score, 2.541 from Adam Saddlemeyer. Let's see if Kale can push it down the lake any further.
All right. Oh, wow. What happened there?
Man.
Just completely exploded into buoy number 1. There's one view that we can see, and it is this one that will be the most telling. He's wide up on the boat, brings it on in. Let's see if we can go a little slower here. Boom! Just pops the fin.
Yeah, what I noticed there was kind of good-looking gate. He had good speed through his gate, but you could see that angle as he's coming through the wakes here. He's a little separated from his hips to his handle, so when that happens, when that edge change, it tends to get your upper body a little too far over the front of the ski, and that ski gets behind you, and you can see right there, not a lot of pressure. Chest was too far over the front, and when that happens at that speed, it's tough to keep that tail in the water, and and being a skier like that, it lost a fin there. So here's what's shaking up right now with our rope tension leaderboard. Benny Stadelbauer still in the lead with 981 pounds with that 2-ball he had at 41. And then in round number 1, then you got a couple guys, Austin Abel, Stephen DeVille. Right now, he's got a pretty good lead on that pool contest by 100 pounds, but we'll see if he can better that here in the finals. All right. Benny Stadelbauer on the water. Posted some good scores. Had a 2 at 41 in round number 1 and a 3 at 41 in round number 2. Made himself through to the finals. He's sitting about the middle of the pack now. So now it's his opportunity to put a big score out there, get beyond that 2.5 lead, and put some pressure for the remaining 3 skiers after him.
All right, let's see what we got now. 12 meters. Benjamin Stadelbauer certainly got into this final not the easy way.
No, he wasn't guaranteed a final, but he went there in round 2, posted a big score at 3 at 41 to solidify himself in there. So we're going to go ahead and go down to Wade on the dock. Wade, who do you have down there for us, buddy?
Here with Ryan Canepa, another pro men's final. Yeah, ran 39 as well. Maybe didn't get the start at 41 you're looking for?
Probably not the most ideal start. Maybe just a touch fast on the gates, but I'm still pretty happy with what went on out there.
So will you be around for the Mastercraft in a couple weeks?
Unfortunately, no. I'm back at working with Paul Crawford at the ski school at home, so I'm going to miss that one. This will be my last one of the year. Yeah, happy with it.
No, yeah, good for you. Exactly. It's always a good way to go out making a final. Back to you, Tony.
All right, thanks a lot, Wade. Thanks a lot to Ryan, and I suspect that we're going to be hearing Ryan Canepa's name an awful lot, especially coming up next summer, because we've got the Junior Worlds. I don't think he's eligible for the Junior Worlds, but the U21 Worlds, I'm sure will be on his radar. Yeah,
and if he keeps skiing the way he is, I could easily see him in the Open Division Worlds. With performances like that, getting into midway through 41, that's what it takes to get into that top 20 in the world to qualify for the Open World. So definitely going to be seeing a lot of him in the future. Good skiing from him all weekend, and now back on the water with 38 off. Another big 2-ball there out of Benny. I think he's trying to best his score on that strong pull competition.
Yep, that's probably the furthest out of his mind. We're about halfway through this list, over halfway through. We've got 8 skiers through to this final. We've gone through 4 of them, and Benjamin Stadelbauer is skier number 5, originally from Switzerland. Now makes his home here. I mean, seriously, he makes his home here.
It's not a bad place to call home at all, and beautifully set up. This is always a fun event to come and watch at. You're able as a spectator to be right on top of the competition. It's a little bit narrower lake setup, surrounded by beautiful golf courses here out in Claremont. So good looking skiing for Benny there. He's at his home site, but with that comes the added pressure of being at your home site, and you're almost expected to ski better when that happens, and sometimes that pressure will get to you, but so far during the competition, Benny hasn't let it get to it at all. He skied consistent both the first and second round. And here we go. He's going to be coming back in 39 off. He's ran this pass in the first 2 rounds. He needs to get through it one more time if he wants to challenge our leaderboard. Benny Stadelbauer, 39 off. Here we go. What kind of gate is he going to get for us? Strong looking number 1. Nice tight line. Backseat a little bit on 2. Been over to 3. Kind of needs to play catch up a little bit. Big 4. Can he get over to 6? Yes, he does.
Just about, yes.
All righty.
That's a beautiful shot there, directly above the slalom skiing. And Benjamin Stadelbauer. In my mind, when comparing him to someone like Andy Mappel, who is pretty much the GOAT.
Yes.
He is about as closest to him in terms of style and poise and technique, in my mind anyway. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, he's got a He's got a fun style on his onside turn, but what I really appreciate, he's got a very consistent offside turn, very reminiscent of of Andy in the way that he was able to keep that ski in the water. And talk about a lot of skiers making up ground on that onside turn. Benny's a guy who, if he gets himself in trouble, he's not scared to really whip that ski around on that offside. He trusts his ski. He knows it's going to stay in, and that's where I think he really can set himself apart in a competition like this, is with able to recover on an offside turn like that.
Right, lead score 2.5 at 10.25 meters. That is courtesy of Adam Saddlemeyer, and he left the water kind of distraught and sad, and just didn't think that score was gonna do it. But he's slowly finding out that score could be among our top 3.
Good one
possibly.
there.
This is
Big
10.25.
two.
Look at him go.
Can he keep the ski in the water?
Keep
Get the
it
ski
going.
outside.
Oh!
Woo! Woo!
Ouch!
Wow.
There
He's
you
got
go.
a hand up. Impressive skiing from Benny there. Leaving it all out on the line. I'm curious to see on this replay if he was able to get that ski around.
Are you sure
forward
that's
there.
Benny, or is that Freddie Mark II?
But, man, he hooked up beautiful here out of 1. And this 2-ball, that I don't know how he was able to hold on and not get super stretched out. Huge 2 there. Over to 3, gets the ski around 3 now. I'm curious to see if he was able to lay it out there around 4-ball. Unfortunately, not for lack of effort. That's what we call a yard sale, ladies and gentlemen. And
But is that better than Cole McCormick's?
we're gonna have to do a little voting because we had some 2 sacrifices today. But I mean, that was a pretty legit slide.
I mean, we haven't had too many crashes from the women, so I mean, what's to stop us from maybe awarding 2 men's prizes?
We got something else in store for the women. But I mean, what a performance! 3 at 41 there for Benny. Put himself solely into the lead, leaving it all out in the water. Now
he's
got
bounced at least 3 times before he came to a stop.
Got 3 more skiers coming up. He's got Fred Winter, Thomas Gasper, Nate Smith, all left in the dock, all of which have run 3 or better going into this final. So he's guaranteed 4th, but he wants the podium.
All right, here comes Freddie Winter, otherwise known as Crash Bandicam.
Yeah, if there's anyone that's going to put on a line and challenge Cole and Benny for the Best Crash Award, it's going to be this guy right here. No stranger to putting his body on the line, and a fun guy to watch slalom. And, that's the beauty of slalom skiing, some really unique styles. Freddie does a great job of kind of keeping a nice tall chest into his offside, and then signature big 2-4 that we'll see later on. I mean, right now it's just textbook slalom skiing, but
I mean, we're trying to figure out the criteria to determine whether between Benjamin Stadler and Cole McCormick, which one of them gets the best crash.
Yeah, let's see. I'm curious to see some comments from the people viewing today on on the live stream.
Maybe they should chime in.
Yeah, maybe let's hear from some of our viewers. Go ahead and chime in if you guys saw Cole's crash from earlier, or you saw Benny's there. Maybe give us a little vote on the comment section down below. Let us know who you think took down the best crash. But we still got 3 more competitors to go. Setting the bar high is Benny Stadler, 3 at 41. Frederick Winter coming back in, 38 off here in the 2020 Pro Swiss Slalom competition.
All right, and Freddie Winter just looking in good shape. Looks like our first vote has come through our comment section. Benny should take it. That's courtesy of Max. Hinkapi, says Ben. Nathan McGarry, says Benny. But some of these folks probably didn't see Cole McCormick's crash a little bit earlier on. They might need to scrub back a little bit to see it.
They're putting the pressure on us to make the decision. So we'll. Now I got the pressure on me, but
you've got it's all the pressure on you because let's face it, you've actually taken one or two crashes.
We got some polls coming. I got a couple votes I got a vote for Cole in there and a vote for Benny, but we'll get back to that here in a moment. But right now on the water, Freddie Winter 39 off.
And then we've got Matteo chiming in saying sit and wait. Here we go, 10.75 for Freddie Winter, the pride of Wandsworth in London. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Got in deep off buoy number 4 and almost just left it out to dry. But he gets through 10.75 meters and certainly not the easiest run on that particular line length for him. It all starts with the gate shot. And pretty smooth number 1 for most.
Yeah, it was a good-looking start to that pass, and then kind of curious to see what happened at 4-ball here. Maybe just didn't quite have the line there with him and kind of fell into that ski a little bit. Luckily, it's his onside there, so he's in a powerful stance out of it, but able to kind of drop that elbow and hang on, and he was early for 5-ball. So,
yes, indeed, and we're as we progress away towards the end of this event, let's not forget the a replica of Freddie Winter's Ion slalom ski is still up for grabs.
Is that Mr. Franz Overleitner doing donuts above us right now?
Maybe.
Well, that's the beauty of here in Florida is we get all kinds of people flying overhead and hop, skip, and a jump away from Franz Lake down the road. So wouldn't be surprised if that was him. But here we go, 41 off. Freddie Winter, the mark to beat is 3. Here we go.
All right, 10.25. Round number 2. Oh, look at this. He's in deep. He's round buoy number 3. Look at him go. Round buoy number 4. Look at him go. Continuing to roll. Does he make a play on 5? Yes, he does. And he gets to the wake and scores 5. Yeah, there we go.
Wow. That's what I love about Freddie, man. And I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but he is a very vibrant skier and is always very emotional with his skiing, and especially when it goes well and really gets himself amped up. What a way to throw down. Benny threw out a big 3 there, and Freddie Winter said, hold my beer, watch this. So here we go, 41.
So Freddie Winter, at the very least, he's 3rd with 5. We're going to take a look at this just to make sure he got round that number 5. But look at this, getting in really, really deep here off buoy number 3. Almost didn't look like he was going to make it outside number 4. In a almost like a death bend going into number 4. And manages to get round buoy number 5, takes the snap of the line, skis to the wake. And Wade, who do you have, sir?
Here with our new leader, 5 at 41. We got, 2 skiers left? So breathing hard, Freddie, huh?
Yeah, breathing pretty hard. It's hard starting at 35. I would like to have run that. Had a good 1 and 2, pulled a little on to 2, over to 3, and I maybe didn't trust it enough, but turned 4 big and got 5. We'll see how it holds up. Good skiers left. But, yeah, happy with my own skiing at least.
I love the emotion, man. I love when you let it out. Yeah. I know everybody at home does too. Back to you guys.
All right, then. So now we know that it's going to take 5 or more for the win here at the Swiss Pro Slalom. And here is first-time entrant. This is Thomas de Gasperi getting through the opening pass of 12 meters and some great style from the 2-time world slalom champion back in 2007 and 2011 in 2 diametrically opposed sites. Perfect conditions in Linz, Austria for 1 in the 2007, and the Volga River in Dubra in Russia in 2011.
I was at that World Championships, and That was an interesting one for water conditions, skiing conditions, and that's what I love about T-Gas is he is such a consistent slalom skier. Whether we're here at Swiss Ski School in perfect conditions, or we're able to actually go out there in a choppy river like somewhere like Moonbur like that. T-Gas is always consistent and always able to put up big scores, and that's why he's here in the finals. He's our second ranked going off the dock, and pretty impressive.
There we go. So, we've got Benny Stadlemeyer around here. He's just trying to settle himself down and get relaxed again. And
woo! Getting through 38 out there from Thomas Gasperry, but.
Yep.
All righty, well, joined here. Benny Stadlemeyer went out there, threw a big score, 3 at 41 out there, put the body on the line for 4-ball. Walk us through what it's like to kind of, help organize a tournament like this, put a tournament like this on, and then still go out there and be able to compete at such a high level and do that.
Well, we got a big team of people. Everybody works really hard in what they enjoy. So on my side, I help set up the site quite early on, and then I kind of have the whole day and the few days before the event to basically just focus on the skiing. So I think we have a big team of people, and a lot of people do a lot of work. So on my side, I just help, basically.
So real quick here, we're watching this replay of your 41. Big 2-ball there, kind of stretched out to 3. Walk us through it from here.
Yeah, I mean, for me, anytime I get around 3-ball at 41, it's really big. So I don't have that much experience, but I definitely had a good start, and then just a little bit lack of experience around that 3-ball, and I was like, I gotta try and get a piece of 4, because all these people coming after me, if they do tie, which I'm sure they will advance up on me on the leaderboard because of a better backup score. So I think it was really trying to get a piece of 4.
Solid effort, and T-Gas making his way through 39 there pretty easily. But
so great effort there from you, Benjamin Stadlemeyer, complete with mustache. That's probably the secret, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the lucky mustache, man.
And you're also in the lead with rope tension, so you're probably going to get a rope and a nice little trophy at the end of this deal if nothing changes.
Yeah, if Freddie went through, I'm pretty safe, I think.
Nicely done. Thanks a lot there, Benjamin Stadlemeyer. You go dry off and wait your fate on the podium, as it were. And looking at Thomas de Gasperi, 2-time World Slalom champion. Spends his winters here in Central Florida, but during the summer he trains on a big old lake in Trentino in Italy. A lake that's so big and crystal clear that he's got slalom courses actually lined up back to back. So when he clears one pass, a few seconds later, pulls out to the left, runs another pass, drops in, and then does the same thing in the opposite direction.
Yeah, definitely a unique setup, but probably one of the prettiest sights I've ever seen, just with the backdrop and the everything that Italy has to offer there. So I'd say he's a little spoiled on that home course there. But here we go, 41 off.
10.25, here he comes. Needs to get more than 5 for the lead. Round 2, look at him go. He's in good shape off number 2. He's round number 3. He still keeps the ski ahead.
Ooh.
He tries to make a play on number 4. And looks like it's going to be... We're going to have to review that to make sure that he's made it outside buoy number 4. But there, Thomas de Gasperi, he's definitely put himself in between Benjamin Stadlemeyer and Freddie Winter with that score.
All right, let's go back and watch this replay. I thought Thomas had a really nice start there at 41. Let's see kind of where it kind of got a little hiccupy. A little slow at 1. He's got his onside here at 2, coming over to 2. Gets a nice 2-ball that he needed. Now, he either could have safety checked 3 here, but he went for it, and I'm not sure if that ski is going to get a piece of 4. Waiting to see on the review here. Here we go.
Does he make a play on it? Does he make a play? Oh, that is very close to call.
That's going to be, I think that might be too close for us to call here, Tony. We're going to have to wait for our official review. That's a that's trying to determine whether that ski is on top or on the outside of the buoy.
I personally think that would displace the buoy enough.
I believe so, but we're going to have to wait for official confirmation. All right,
3.
yep, and then coming in there, Tony. And
that puts him in a tie with Benjamin Stadlemeyer, but because Thomas de Gasperi had a better seeding score going in, Thomas de Gasperi has the edge.
Yeah, T-Gas had 3 rounds of 3 at 41. Benny had 2 rounds at 3 at 41 and a 2 at 41. So, regardless, amazing skiing there. So now we still got our leader, Freddie Winter, with 5 at 41. You got the boys down there at 3. And then you got this guy on the water, Mr. Nate Smith, who just ran the pass only maybe 30 minutes ago.
Yes, indeed. And just look at his style. Look at his poise out there. Aiming to get more than 5 on 10.25 for the win. And let's check in with Wade.
I'm here with Thomas de Gasperi. A little bit disappointed, man. We hear like a sigh out there that you weren't happy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I went around 4 ball, but I guess I didn't. So I got 3. I'm pretty happy. I changed a few things, as I said earlier, throughout the summer for my gait and my approach to the course. So pretty happy, getting consistent, and now it's just about to get a little further down to 41 off. But I think it's coming.
But great start, though, at 41, though, right? I mean, when you came out of 1 and over to 2, I was like, oh, he could go all the way.
Yeah, I guess I pulled a little bit too long into 2 ball, and didn't trust it and took it easy. I didn't want to do a 2.5, but I guess in the finals you got to go 100%. And I tried turn 3 ball, a little slower maybe, and I thought I got around 4 ball, but I guess I didn't. But I'm pretty happy.
You ski great, Thomas. Back to you guys.
All right, there was T-Gas and Wade, and here is Nate Smith, the only person who can potentially take the win away from Freddie Winter. Round buoy number 1. This is 11.25 meters. Still a big old argument going on amongst our commenters on who had the best crash.
It's going to be a tough one to decide that one. A couple different factors play in the line. Coles was tough because that rope got wrapped around him pretty good, which is never a good sight, but adds to the scariness factor of the crash. And then you got Benny, who was in the finals, laying it on the line to try to take down the gold medal. So a couple little things there. Kind of keep your votes coming in for us. We got a few more passes till we got to make our decision and give our award. But regardless, 2 valiant efforts from those boys laying it all out there.
All righty. So great skiing. I'm sure that a lot of you are chiming in and commenting. Garrett Carver says Cole for the danger factor, but Benny for the entertainment value. That seems to be the consensus at this point.
Yeah.
So are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Oh, I definitely am here at this Pro Men's Slalom Finals. Here we go. The sun is starting to set. Our last skier we'll see is on the water. Mr. Nate Smith coming through, 39 off. Good looking shot there, right on top of the skier. And
all right.
Really not too much to talk about there. He makes it tough on us commentators really to walk you through a pass when it looks the same.
Yeah.
From 35 all the way to through 41.
It just really is, and it all starts with the gate pull-out. Just that simple motion, just going out to the left to keep the line tight and allow the ski to come up underneath and just establish angle, get engaged, and just go cross-course, just like that. I mean, relaxes his arms where he needs to, like there, and just allows the ski and the lower half of his body to rotate. So now, with a 6 buoy count of 10.75 meters, it's the next 5 buoys that would determine the course of this championship.
Yes. Now, I know we talked about ties earlier. The one between T-Gas and Benny was settled by previous round scores and previous ranking. Here in this round, we do have no ties for that. So we'll have the mark to beat's going to be 5, and And so here we go. Freddie Winter got the lead at 5. Nate Smith ran this pass just moments ago. Let's see who he's got for us.
All right, here we go.
Good
Round
one.
Number 1 and number 2.
He's in this.
Ooh.
He needs that.
Little bit back on number 3.
Back
Oh,
on
number
3.
4. Does he make a play on 5 and to the wakes?
No.
Oh, no. That is going to go to a video review.
Wow. I think, Tony, I'm pretty safe in saying that he got a round 5 ball. But
Got
the
around
question
the 5.
is, I don't know if he made it back to the wakes before those boat guides. And that's the criteria. You need to come back, through that right-hand boat guide. So we're going to see here in a second. He was in that course and then got a little jumped up at 4 ball, set himself in really narrow for 5 there. The question is, A, did he get around 5, which I believe he did, and B, the important one, did he get back to the wake? So here's the 4 ball. Now, did he get around 5? I'm saying that's a yes for getting around 5, and now did he get back to the wakes? Eyes on the monitor. Here we go. Let's see.
No.
4.5. 4.5 from Nate Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the title back, Mr. Freddie Winter. Wow. Way to leave it to the last second.
Where are you, Freddie?
there.
Where are you, Freddie?
All right. Take it over, Wade. Who do you got with us?
Hey, I'm here with the champ. Freddie, that was awesome, man. I love that emotion coming out of you again.
Yeah, pretty happy, man. I nearly welled up a little bit there. It's good. I won here in 15 for the first year, and I've kind of been fairly close more recently. And to be honest, I saw the start there for Nate, and I'm like, he's just going to cruise this. And I guess he didn't get a great boy 4. So it's got me there, and I had to watch it on the replay. And what a feeling, man. What a feeling. Well, it's, we've talked about it before, like, when you go out last, you can really let it go. And the last 2 tournaments I've won, the Travers 2 weeks ago, and then the one at Hilltop a few weeks before that, I was last out. I knew immediately. And here I've got like 2 skiers to get through, and what's going to happen. And then you see the guys run they're really easy 39s, get to 41, and well, anyway, I did enough. What was really nice for me was to improve. After the first 2 rounds, I didn't feel good. I kind of made a couple mistakes, but here I put a game plan together, and I'm 5. I was really happy with. Whatever had happened, if Nate had beaten me, Thomas had beat me, I'd have been happy with myself, where I wouldn't have been if I'd run 3. So, nice self-satisfaction, but also the satisfaction of a nice win. While I'm here, thank you to everyone for putting this on, the Saddlemeyer family, Swiss, and and I'm really happy that we have such a great webcast, which you're a part of, and Vince, Tony, John, Ricky, everyone for putting on such a great product and promoting the sport like you guys are.
Thanks, champ. Back to you, Tony. Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you very much, Wade. And we're going to get the prize presentation set up in a short order. But I tell you what a great way to end a great tournament here at Swiss Pro Slalom for 2020. Absolutely came down to the very last run, to the very last pass, to the very last half of a buoy.
Yeah.